So good day everyone for the continuation of what Teacher Day was talking about. So let's proceed now to the constructing a performance task. So one of those assessment is we don't only as a teacher we don't only provide a pen and paper kind of assessment, but we do also provide a performance task assessment. But before that, we should know how to construct a performance task. Well, as a teacher, we don't just simply give a performance task for the students to do something or for us to give an activity, but also we need to construct it, or there's a reason behind that why we provide that kind of performance task. So in doing performance tasks, there is a flow or method or a steps on how to create a or how to construct a performance task. So in constructing performance tasks, we should always to remember the acronym GRASPs. So let's see what's this GRASP mean. So GRASP means is a framework used in creating performance tasks in education, particularly when designing tasks that assess higher order thinking skills and real world application of skills. So as you can see in its definition, it's assess the higher order thinking skills and real world applications of skills, because we're not just only talking about the pen and paper wherein automatically they can convert in numerical, but in performance tasks, students are required to move or to show uh, to the teachers that they learned what they learned about the lesson by using their higher order thinking skills, and if they could really apply it in real world situations. For the first meaning, we have the goal. This refers to desired outcome or objective of the task. So in the goal, you simply ask yourself, your task is all about what your goal or doing this kind of task, and the problem or challenge is why you're doing this task, and what are the obstacles to overcome this kind of task. So this only are the questions that the teachers need to answer to identify what are their goals in doing that kind of performance task. Next is we have different kinds of goals. So in thinking about goal, we need always to back up by the AMP, which is the acquisition, making meaning, and transfer. So every type of goal has their corresponding verbs. For example, the apprehend, calculate, define, and making meaning, analyze, compare, contrast, etc. Transfer, we have the adapt, adjust, apply, and create. So as you can see, this is just like a from Bloom's taxonomy, which is an understanding, analyzing, and then from the higher thinking skills, which is evaluating, and somehow the most highest part is the creating. Next one is the roles. So what are the roles of the students while doing this task? So the students are you have been asked to, and our job is diba? So here in this role, we should identify what is the role of the students and what is your role as a teacher while doing that performance task. Next is the audience, who is the task being performed. The audience can be real or imaginary, such as group of student, community, or panel of experts. So you should always ask yourself, your client, who are your clients? So who are the target or audience? And you need to convince what or who. You need to convince whom, or it's either individual person or a community or group of people. And for the situation, the context or scenario in which task is set, this provides a real world connection. So it's always anchored in a real life situation while when you are giving a performance task, so that those kind of performance tasks, they can have the ROI or return of investment. They're just not doing simply because for grades, but they can also apply this kind of task whether out or in the school. So in the situation, you simply ask yourself, what is the context you find yourself in is, and the challenge involved dealing with this kind of performance task. And P for the product or performance, what will the student produce as a result of of completing the task? So the teacher will should only answer this two following question. You will create in order to, and you need to develop, so that you just simply ask this kind of question for in order for you to answer the product and performance in doing or thinking this kind of performance task. Next is last but not the least, we have the standard. Provide student with a clear picture of success, identify specific standard for success. So your performance need to, your work will be judged by, your product must meet the following standards, a successful result will. So in the standards, kasunod na nito is to provide, the teacher will provide a rubric. This determines if the performance task is well performed or not. At this juncture, I'm gonna show you one example of a performance task. So here are the kasalayang pagkatuto in a performance task. So nakakakilala ng paraan ng paggamit ng pagpapahalaga at virtue bilang batayan ng sariling pagpapasya, ipapaliwanag ang pagpapahalaga at virtue bilang batayan ng sariling pagpapasya. C. Na ilalapat ng wastong pagpapahalaga at virtue sa paggagawa ng pagpasya, pagkilos at pakipagkapwa. So, the lesson is, so, baitang 7, ikatlong linggo, unang markahan, at ang performance task na ibinigay sa mag-aaral ay gagawin ng mga mag-aaral ang worksheet ng kanyang karanasan na may paksang ang aking pagpahalaga, at ito isang dula-dulaan. Bago muna sila magpasya ng kanilang dula-dulaan, ay kailangan muna nilang mag-usap or magbahagi ng kanilang mga experience, and then after makapagbahagi ang bawat isa, ay pipili sila kung sino ang gusto nilang isasadula na buhay, at inaasahang gagawa ang guro ng rubrics upang ipresenta sa mag-aaral at gamiting batayan sa pagbibigay ng marka. So, next will be papakita ko na sa inyo isang halimbawa ng rubrics. So, sa rubrics na ito, ang criteria or pamantayan ay naibabahagi sa pakikalahok sa paghahanda at presentasyon ng mga tauhan, pagkamit ng mga layunin, paggamit ng mga di-verbal na komunikasyon, pahiwatig, kabilang nito yung boses, kumpas, eye contact, props at kasuotan, pagkamalikain at imahinasyon. Ito ay nalilimit sa pinakamahusay, 9 hanggang 10 puntos, mahusay, 7 hanggang 8 puntos, katamtaman, 4 hanggang 6 na puntos, kailangan pang pagpusayan, 1 hanggang 3 puntos. Sa ibaba ay ang pamagat ng kanilang sasadula at kasama na dito ang kabuang puntos na nakuha ng isang pangkat habang nung tinanghal nila ang kanilang pagsasadula. Kasunod ito ay ito aking references, and hanggang dito na lang po. Maraming salamat sa inyong pakikinig.